Hello and welcome to Athena's Creations 2017. I'm Athena Turk, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator since 2017. Welcome to my Facebook Live in Athena's Creations or later on YouTube, Athena's Creations 2017. Either live or on the replay, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. Tonight I'm going to share with you some beginning cards that I've made using the Easter Joy set, kind of casing the catalog or copying, using it kind of as a guide just to get started, playing with all of the new suite. And we have, that's 4 cards that we have, and then we've got this fun Athena Original cute little gift box that will actually hold some little Easter candy and eggs and things. This was the only thing I found on the shelves, so I guess they don't quite have all their Easter out yet, which is fine. They're still doing, Valentine's. But for crafters, we like to get started early, so we're going to go ahead and get started. There's so much to share, and I want to make sure that we have plenty of time to get everything, show you everything that I have planned. Oops, there we go. All right. Let's see. You would think after doing this for a few years, I would have it all figured out, but what can I say? I do this for fun once a week. I play on the weekends when I get an opportunity. And I think for some reason, my stand doesn't want to cooperate, but we'll get started here in a minute. I've got a nice size sheet of paper there that I'm going to use. Yeah, it's at a tilted angle, so let me see if I can adjust it. One more thing, hold on. At an angle. Let me try one other thing. Let's see, maybe this will do. All right. This gadget, I probably should share with y'all that it's got different measurement pieces to it that you can adjust it. And sometimes if I bump it or hit the wrong one, it just kind of goes off to the side. But anyway, so this sheet of paper we're going to use to stamp some of the images, even though, as you could probably see to my right, I have quite a few images that I've pre-stamped and pre-die cut, which I will use to save a little bit of time. But I just want to share with you some tips and pointers, some of the colors, blends that I'm using, and kind of go from there. But as I was mentioning, this is Athena Original, and it's using pretty much everything in the suite of product. Super fun, super cute. And this was the same box that I've shared before. In fact, we did last week, I think I already put it up, we did the Valentine's suite, doing a box like this. And again, all the measurements are going to be the same, but I'll go over them again with you, and you can see that it's the perfect size to hold your little, these are from last year, so obviously I won't be giving those out. I've kept it just because, this time of year, it's a little early for some of the Easter stuff. And I did go ahead and find this one at the store. Like I said, this was like the only one right now. And, my son loves the Reese's peanut butter, so I figured, he can have those later. But this is what I'm going to share tonight for the 3D item. And then, like I said, we're going to do a little of the casing the catalog, which basically means, let me just show this real quick. We're going to make a card that's going to look a lot like this. I've changed it up just a little bit. And then we're going to make a card that looks like this one, and this is the suite of product with everything here. And also, as you can see, I'm using pretty much every stamp set except for one. And I think I shared last time, I saw another demonstrator, Lisa Curcio, who said that it made sense to her, and for me too. I don't have a lot of time to go through and stamp all the images and have all of that ready to go. So this made sense to me when I heard her say that she used a Sharpie to kind of outline so that you can see, okay, there's supposed to be 12, so I can count to see, okay, I'm still missing one, or the shape, so I can put it back later. If that's not a big deal to you, no worries. But for me, that was really, really helpful. And so I wanted to share that. We're going to be using like I said, pretty much all the fun stuff here. These cute embellishments. This entire suite is $92. And you can get everything. And this paper is, wow, very cool. Let's see. When you die cut out, this is a tip. Like I wanted to give you all the tips and things. When you die cut this out, you have this image in the middle left over. Now, when I first saw this, I thought, how did they get those eggs with that particular shape? Well, guess what? When you've die cut the image, this is that inside middle piece, and it's the perfect, that's exactly what they're using for this sample. So, and then of course, this is the perfect size to die cut out maybe some bows, maybe some of the flower tips. So even though I typically would throw those pieces away, I did notice that when I was playing around with this suite. Because like I said, I started playing with this suite last weekend. And we're going to also make a card that's going to look a lot like that. Now, I figured out all this fun dimensions, but like I said, I haven't gotten some of the things here. And I've got some other ideas I'm going to share with you next week. And I don't know if I will have my paper pumpkin in time. Probably not, because it ships out Tuesday. Or no, it bills Tuesday and ships out Wednesday. So yeah, maybe by the 19th of this month, I'll have my paper pumpkin. It actually coordinates with this beautiful suite of product. So maybe 92 is a little steep in your price range. Why don't you just go ahead and get the paper pumpkin, because it's $25 and you'll have a stamp set and it's going to be super cute. I'm almost tempted to get 2 of them, but I'm on a budget. So I only got 1. And we're going to just kind of dive right on in and just have that up there kind of like a guide to remind me, you know, what colors are going to go together. That's a great thing about Stampin' Up. They share all of that information for us. Now this one, this was my take on it. Now I didn't have that really nice dark color, and I can't even remember what color that one was. I just used, for my stash, for the chocolate on this chocolate bunny, I just used the marker that I had, which is the bronze marker. And then on, let's see, that one's plain. On this card, to make the little Easter bunnies brown, it was a light brown. I used the ivory marker color blends. They're doing away with the markers, so if you have them, you can still use them, but I don't think they're for sale anymore. And so as you can see, we've got some really cute cards. Simple cards, nothing that's fancy yet. Now, having said that, having started to play with the suite, when I do case a catalog, I get ideas, right? And so that one accidentally hit my ink, but that's okay. So as I get the ideas, I'm going to share with you some fun folds and things like that. And of course, some more 3D Easter crafts. This basket in particular, which is super cute in a 3D form. Now I wanted to just show you real quickly the designer paper. Now this is that specialty paper, so it's one-sided only. Very nice paper. Now this, I don't know if it comes across on the video, but it's a very thick DSP. This is probably a thicker DSP than I remember having used from before. And so it's beautiful both sides. There's like a dull side and then a nice bright and shiny side. So there's a lot that can be done with this wonderful suite. All the designer paper. So just be aware when you're doing different things like that. Certain fun folds might be difficult to use. You definitely want to use plenty of good adhesive. But having said all that, let's just go ahead and get started. I think we'll do the 3D last. So that'll help you in case you're watching this later and that's all you wanted to see was the 3D. You could fast forward. Or maybe you just wanted to see the cards. And there's some fun tips and tricks, like I said, that I'm going to share with you. And I'm going to use a lot of glue dots and some of these flat adhesives, just for some of the tiny little spots and places like that. Like I said, I pre-cut and die cut most everything. But we are going to do some stamping, and it's always fun to get things out and just get started. Now, another thing too, I just wanted to share with you. This is thick cardstock, thick white cardstock. Now, the reason I went with the thick cardstock for the card base is because, like I said, this designer paper is really thick, which is nice, very nice. And I'm going to be trying to remember to use my bone folder. I got it out on my desk, finally cleaned my desk. That's another thing. I like to clean in between projects, which bonus points to those of you that can figure out how many hours did it take me to clean my desk from transitioning from Valentine's into spring/Easter. Any guesses? It was quite the mess. But anyway, so some of the colors here are Shy Shamrock, and I didn't realize I didn't have a full pack. I had a couple of sheets, but I did have another color, the Summer Splash, and that's what I'm going to use. And we'll look at the cards side by side to see if you can actually tell a difference. I don't know. Now this, like I said, this is that thick cardstock. This is gorgeous paper, right? But according to the sample, this is what's being used. And let me just give you the measurement. It's 5.5 by 3 inches. And this we're going to go ahead and just adhere down to the very top, side to side. I'm going to lift it up, and then I'm going to apply plenty of adhesive. Just like that. And it's very thick, and it's going to come up on each side if we don't have enough adhesive. So just keep that in mind. I almost hate to cover that beautiful shiny side up, but it's really cute. I think this nice crumb cake color really sets off the really pretty colors of the soft blue and the pretty in pink. So we've got 2 different baskets that we're designing, and let's see. Some of these I remembered to put the little flat adhesives. But of course, I didn't remember that all the time. Normally, I would say stamp first and then put your designer paper, but there's always a fix, right? If I don't quite stamp it right, but it should be fine. Okay, we are going to use, if I can find it over here to my left, we're going to get our Shy Shamrock ink. And we're going to stamp that on the bottom here. Just open it up like you would a compact. And I love that now we have I love the red rubber, but I really love that we can see where we're stamping with the new stamps that Stampin' Up! Has decided to go with. And the storage for them is so much easier. All right, so we're just going to stamp Easter's on its way. And it's important just to give even pressure, but not try to push down too much. We're letting the ink soak in because it's thick cardstock. You don't want to rock your block because then it'll mess up. Now, sometimes when you have a really juicy ink pad, it'll look like it's too dark, but as it dries, you can see it'll be just fine. I used to use my ink like that and wonder, uh-oh, what did I do? Okay, so we're going to let that one, we're going to set that one aside, and we're going to let that dry and build our cute little baskets. I think we want to do the pretty in pink first. We've got all these fun little die-cut pieces that come with it. So you can get this as a bundle or a suite. Now this, at first I wondered, what in the world is that one for? But that's to make those little pieces that you weave in through there. Now I've got lots of fun, interesting things to share with you next week regarding this one. I haven't quite finished it, but that was something that I'm, working on for next time. That's what this die is for. Now, I haven't used these two, but I've used all the other dies so far. That's what I mean when I dive into a brand new suite of product. I really love to just play around, do a lot of stamping just to see what all the different pieces are going to do. Really, really fun. And so let's do a little stamping and coloring as well. Because even though I have these die cut, I do want to stamp them to kind of share with you some tips. Now, since we're using the blends, we want to use the alcohol-based Memento ink. Ooh, almost got that all over me. And so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp. Here he is. He's right here in front. We're going to stamp our little bitty bunny. We'll put him right there. And then we're going to grab our cute little, all my stamps are up there, cute little chickadee. And then some of those are just fussy cut, which I don't always like to do, but every now and then it's fine. Okay, so there's all our cute little guys there. So I just wanted to mention this one here. I thought I had the Lemon Lolly blends, but turns out I don't. So here's a tip. I have the Lemon Lolly ink pad. So this is what you can do. And this is what I did for this one. It's probably going to be on my next order, whenever that is, I don't know. So you can use your blender pen. These come in a pack of 3. And then you can pick up that Lemon Lolly. And there you've got your ink. Now, because this is water-based ink, it will probably, you could kind of see it bled together a little bit. But when you're using the alcohol markers, you definitely want to use Memento ink. So, and then that's just, and then you just do like this and it cleans it off. So that's a solution if you don't have that, because I was like, oh no, I don't have the Lemon Lolly, but I have the ink pad. Now, another possibility, which I decided looks really kind of cool, is to get your paper and then just stamp your Memento or Secret C on top and then die cut them out. And so I did that with a lot of these over here to the right. For our cute little chocolate bunny, we're going to use our bronze marker. And this one, you can see it. This, I don't know if you can see it on the video there, but the threads are kind of, you can kind of see the threads on that one. I guess I use this bronze a lot. And so, just kind of color him in. And again, when you first color him in, he looks really dark. And then as the ink is soaking into the paper, it lightens up a little bit. Isn't that adorable? So cute. Okay, so got all that already pre-done, but I love to do that. That's so much fun. Okay. All right, so we're going to build our cute little basket here. And like I said, we're going to use a lot of glue dots. To me, that's the quickest adhesive. And I don't need a lot, just a couple. And then this one is going to adhere just like that. And you're probably wondering, how do you cut that down? Yes, we're going to cut it down. Let me show you. I believe it's 3. Let me just double check. Yep, it's 3. In other words, we're just going to cut it off. Oh no, look at that. And we're going to count 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and snip it. We're going to do that for both baskets. We're just going to cut it. Snip it right there. And 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Easy like that. And I don't know what to use those pieces for, so we'll just toss them off to the side. All right, and so we're going to be putting our grass in there. So I want to just add some adhesive all the way in the back, because we want to put our cute little banner piece, or the handles, I guess I should say. And then our little grass piece, just like that. Cute. Now, since I'm going to put this down flat, which this one I put on dimensional, so it makes it a little bit easier to feed everything in there. This one's going to be flat, so I'm going to put adhesive, but not a lot. That makes sense. And it's going to have just a tiny bit of overlap, just like that. All right. That looks good. So I'm pushing down on the bottom, but not on the top, because we're going to feed our cute little guys in there. And I did some, what do you call it? Pre-cutting, or all of the cute flat adhesive pieces for this one. And so we want to put this one. Oh, I think I did the grass on the other side. No problem. And then this guy, we're going to tuck him in the middle, just like that. And our little orange piece. And oops, he needs to come out a little bit. Oh dear. Now we're going to push it down. And I've got this blue one. This is from the designer paper. I fussy cut him, so he's not real perfect. But he's going to just kind of be tucked over there. Okay. So cute, right? Okay. Kind of the same thing over here. We're going to go ahead and, yep, we're going to do the glue dots for each side. This cute little basket. There is an online exclusive Easter set that features a church building. If you're wanting to do more traditional, this one's really cute. Cute for kiddos and big kids like me. All right. So now we're going to put the cute little grass, and there's still plenty of adhesive back there to put our handles. Just like that. Okay. Again, we're going to put some adhesive on the bottom and the middle, and it's going to overlap just a little bit. And I'm pushing down on the bottom, but I'm leaving some space to tuck in these cute little guys here. Now, the difference is, this is the Lemon Lolly with the process that I showed you a minute ago. This is using Daffodil Delight. So it's a little bit darker yellow, which is perfectly fine. And it goes just fine. All right, so it looks like we've got our plain but very cute blue egg. He's falling out. Oh, how did I become all thumbs all of a sudden? Okay. Try that again. Guess maybe I should have built him up first. And then this cute little dude right there. And, oh. Looks like we're going to put one of these on the side. Tuck them in right there. I'll put a little bit of adhesive on this guy. Just a tiny little bit. Tuck him in right there. And then we've got our beautiful little white bow. We're going to put it on the basket right there. And we have these cute embellishments. And we're going to also use the Ladybug Garden epoxy shape. So we've got some clear epoxy. And I'm going to use that one for the center of the bow. Aren't these beautiful? Oh, they're so cute. There's some beautiful spring stuff too that's coming. This is available now. It's in the mini catalog. Super, super cute ladybugs. Like those a lot. Okay. Now we're going to use the Easter assortment. There's like 100 of these. Absolutely adorable. We're going to put a couple of the yellows. Put one down here. I say yellow. I should say Lemon Lolly. What a fun name, right? Lemon Lolly. And then, of course, our cute little, I guess like little round eggs. Let's see, put one right here. Put one down here. Oh, and then we've got another Lemon Lolly. We're going to put right over here. And then I don't know if you can see, but this is so cute. It's like a little checkered pink egg. That's adorable. So very cute. Okay. That's our first card. Now, if you wanted the handle a little bit taller, you would just maybe snip off 1 or 2. I did 3. And it's really, really cute. Love that one. That's card number 1. Now on to card number 2. And let's do some stamping with the memento. Gonna stamp that cute little carrot. And this cute bunny rabbit. With the floppy ears, so cute. And the word for you. Here's all the fun pieces for this one. And this is just a piece that I got. It's like 4 by 1/2 inch. And it's one of those pieces when you cut your cardstock down to have an inside piece, it's those leftover little tiny pieces. And so I usually have a bag of those off to the side, and I just use them for things like this. And For You should be right here on my desk somewhere. Oh, let's see. It's a small one. Well, where'd it go? Ah, here it is. It had a glue dot. How did a glue dot get on my block? I don't know. All right, here we go. For You. And just right there on the end. All right. Now, this one, just going to kind of eyeball and measure. There's that piece ready to go. Now for the pink, we are using the light Pretty in Pink. And we're only going to use that for the earlobe. Right? In fact, here's one I've die cut out already. Let's make it easier to do that. And for this one, that's all we're going to do. Now the cute little carrot. Can you guess what colors? The Shy Shamrock blends dark. And Dark Peach Pie. Something about coloring with blends, it's just so fun. Super relaxing, love it. Okay, so now we've got our cute little Pretty in Pink. Use that bone folder. This one we've got 2 stamps that I'm going to clean after this one that we're going to use Pretty in Pink ink, color on color, to create this background. Here's our Pretty in Pink. So I'm just going to start with the little egg and just kind of randomly stamp our cute little eggs. And then I'm going to come in with the cute little flower and then just randomly stamp that one. This is a great way to create your own designer paper. And then I'm going to come back in and fill it in some more with some eggs. Not too worried about the middle because we're going to be covering up some of that. I think I want to do one more like off to the side here. Really cute. And maybe one more over here. See how fun and easy that is. And it's really quick too. That's the nice thing about when you're copying the catalog. It's really cool that they're sharing fun techniques too. All right, so here's that paper, and this piece, it's not exactly the same piece that's shown, but this is what I thought would look really nice. This is 3 3/4 by 1. We're just going to adhere this one down. Just kind of eyeballing it. And then next we're going to adhere down the For You toward the right. We're going to add our cute little bunny rabbit. You can see I recycled some other paper using this one. Oops, let's see. We almost need like a gum guard right there. I need to put that in a sandbox. Okay, there we go. And then we're just going to put him like right there. And then we're going to give a little adhesive to the carrot. And he's going to kind of be holding on to that carrot, like right there. Cute and easy. You can make a lot of these type of cards very easily, very replicatable. Again, we want to use these really fun lemon lolly. Little adhesive fun things. Just to kind of offset the color a little bit. Isn't that adorable? Now, you might notice a couple of these look dark, and that's because I thought I had cleaned my block or my stamp, but apparently I didn't. For this one, you can see I definitely did. But it gives it its own look, like it almost looks like it was intentional. But again, fun, easy cards, right? Love it. Then our third of 4 cards, Hello Spring. Now this one's not exactly the same, just because the sample shows a lot of the tulips cut out. In other words, looks like they fussy cut some of these tulips and then they sporadically put them on there. But I thought this looked really cute just like this. Again, nice, easy, simple card using thick cardstock. Let me show you how to put this one together. Actually, this is not thick cardstock, just regular cardstock. All right, there we go. So I'm going to start with the sides. I've got 2 pieces. And this is 5.5 by 1/2 inch. And it's going to be flush, meaning all the way to the right side of the card. Once I get it lined up, it keeps wanting to move, but once I get it lined up, I'm going to hold down the one side, and I'm going to come in with some adhesive. And then finish off the adhesive on this side. And then same thing over here. Even though it keeps wanting to move. There we go. All right, so now we've got both sides. And this idea actually gave me an idea for the next card next week for a fun fold. So you'll have to stay tuned for that one. Okay, then we've got this beautiful, beautiful ribbon that's part of the suite. It's Balmy Blue. Gingham ribbon. Blah, can't talk. Gingham ribbon. And it's going to go on the left side. Now for this one, it's easier for me just to use glue dots for ribbon, which this one is at the end. So time to open up the next box of glue dots. There's 300 little dudes in here. All right. There we go. And take your pick tool Saves the day. Just kind of feed that ribbon all the way down. Now at this point, I'm just going to turn it over and snip it off. Well, maybe I'll snip it from this side. Oh, wrong pair of scissors. Ribbon only scissors. Just the tiniest little piece. And then this piece. Now, this is the side I'm working on, a sour cream one for next week. I'll share some more about that later too. Again, it's challenging because it's real and great because it's thick, but I love both sides, right? I mean, really, both sides would look great. But I guess I was saying that to say this, that if you've got a side that you want to be careful that you don't put it upside down, right? It's a directional kind of paper. So just, be aware of the directional paper. And so that's 5.5 by 3 inches. And that's going to fit right there in the middle. Just like that. Isn't that pretty? Oh my gosh, it's so easy, so fun. All right, now this one's a fun trick. We're going to use a punch in a minute. And it's the 3 banner punch. I do believe this is an online exclusive. Hopefully it'll stick around a little bit longer than some of the other products tend to go out. But Hello Spring. Use our memento. And we're going to stamp it to the right of the paper. Cute, isn't it? Love this one. And we're going to use the middle one, but I'm going to show you a little tip here. This is that tiny, tiny piece that I'm going to feed in from the top. Well, actually, I'm going to feed it this direction. And then my Take Your Pick tool is going to help me out. There we go. And so, right about there. You've got this piece left over for something else later. And there's our Hello Spring. I could have done it a little bit longer, but that's okay. It's still plenty. This one we're actually going to put up on dimensionals. 2. And then the rabbits we're going to put on the dimensionals as well. Kind of down here toward the bottom. And then our cute little flower that I went ahead and did ahead of time. We're going to use a glue dot to the base of the flower and just kind of angle it. Super cute, right? Now we're going to color these cute little dudes here. We're going to use ivory, and we're going to use dark, pretty, and pink. These are coming together pretty quickly, I think. And there's our ivory. And then, of course, his head is round, so I'm going to go in circles. And then this cutie pie. Again, go in circles with his head. So relaxing to do this. Love it. All right, so now I'm going to come in with that little bit of pink right there for the ear. Oh yeah, there's a spot right in here. There we go. All right, and then of course we want to put these on dimensionals as well. I'm gonna put one there and one there. Cute little looped ear one. And this little guy here. Super cute, right? Now for this one, I want to add some of the blue little embellishments right there. In the past, I would forget, oh, I need an embellishment. That's so cute. Card number 3. Super cute, right? Absolutely love these cards. This whole set is just amazing. Love it. And then this one, part of the designer paper. How do I explain it? Let's see if I can find it on the paper here. Let's see here. Well, oh, here it is. It's on here. So this piece here, it's great. You can cut it at 4 inches and at 4 inches and then down at 6 inches. And then you just trim it as needed for whatever project. That's where this one's made, and we're going to make that one. And you get 2 of those sheets in this entire pack, which is really cool. There we go. So here's some of this that I've pre-done ahead of time. We've got our nice little pretty and pink background. And then we've got our balmy blue for the second one. And then this one, I just trimmed it down a bit. I don't foresee using that side for anything, but these are really, really cute. It's got like a little shine to it. Now I did trim it down to 5.5 by 4 because I wanted it to kind of be a card front. So there's like a little lip at the top and a little lip at the bottom. We're going to go ahead and adhere that one down to the front. And these will make really quick and easy cards too. Almost going to need another replacement on that one. Happy Easter. I pre-cut it ahead of time. I'm going to go ahead and put that one on. Toward the bottom. I want to get this cute little guy that I stamped Memento on Lemon Lolly and then die cut out. So that's another trick if you don't have maybe the ink. You could definitely do that. Somehow there's adhesive on this one. That's where he goes. This one's different, but that's cute. I think I'm gonna put him on a dimensional. I think that would look really cute. Isn't that adorable? And then I want to use this cute, pretty and pink little eggs. They're so cute. Oops. Like a little set of Easter eggs. Absolutely adorable. Again, that sheet, you could get 6 cards from one sheet to cut them down with coordinating cardstock. So super, super easy to put together. Happy Easter. So fun. Now, that's 4 cards. We're down now to our 3D project, this one. And here it is. And remember, this is the same template from last week. The same box. So let me just give you those measurements one more time. For this one, for this week, it's 11 inches by 5 3/4. On the 11-inch side, you're going to score it at 1 inch, 5 inches, 6 inches, and 10. On the 5 3/4 side, you're going to score at a 1/2 inch, 1 1/2, 4 1/4, and 4 1/4. And I did some trimming of it already, and have like some of these pieces, we'll color them together, but I did stamp and die cut already to try to save a little bit of time, because I always have a lot of fun things to share and I tend to run out of time, it seems. So I think this works out for me pretty good here. Okay, let's just put all those fun things right over there. Now for this one, like I said, I did do a little pre-cutting, but we're still gonna finalize the cutting here. And I folded these 2 pieces in so that I would know that that's the piece I'm going to trim off completely now. But rather than use my scissors, I'm going to use my paper trimmer, just so that it's a nice even cut, because it's a lot of cutting. For the rest of the snipping on here, not a problem. Face our template, and we're going to cut in. Oh, I guess I did cut in up to here. And we're going to get rid of this little piece right here on each side. And then we're going to do a little edge right there on that tab, and a little edge there on that tab. Same thing for this one. Then this tab, we just want to give a little snip on each side there. Same thing for this one. All right. And then the middle, a little slant on each one of those. That piece just needs a little finalization there. Okay. So that's all the little snipping to do there. Now I'm going to bring in the trimmer. So that I can trim off just this section and that section. All right. So I'm going to line that up. And I'm only going to cut up to this spot right here. Get rid of that tab. And same thing for this one. Just line up the score line. Double check it before you cut. Up to there. Now you'll see some fraying right here. That tells me I need to replace the blade. So let's do that real quick, because that's not a nice cut. I don't like how that turned out. When it frays like that, you can tell it's time to replace the blade. Now, something too that I've done before, when that does happen, you can get a little nail file And get rid of some of those frayed edges like that. Okay. So let me grab the refill real quick. And I think these might be on low inventory. I try to have at least 2 spare packets, but you know, sometimes when you get down to 2, I would highly recommend ordering another pack. All right. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Maybe if I move it up. So I'm going to bring it down. There's kind of like a space here at the bottom. There's like a little notch, it looks like. That's where I'm going to bring it, and then I'm going to kind of pull it through. Okay, so that's the one we want to toss. Here's the new one, and that cutter right there, I don't know if you can see it. Believe it or not, it's super sharp. Be careful, because I have cut my fingers before. Again, you're going to kind of separate them just a tiny bit with one hand, and then you're going to pop this one into the bottom, and that's how easy it is to replace that blade. Super easy. I don't know if I've shown y'all that before, but it's really easy. This is my go-to for everything, for cutting, for scoring. It's the measurements go from the top all the way to the bottom, even in the middle. It is so easy to use, and it is one of my favorite go-to tools, along with my take your pick tool. Love it. Paper crafters need certain supplies, and that's definitely at the top. All right. So now we're going to just go through, fold. I know in the past I would, you know, let's fold and then trim, but sometimes I find it's easier to do it that way. Now this one, we also want to trim just a tiny little snippet. And then before we put the box together, we're going to stamp the Easter greetings right there. And I don't know if you've noticed it or not, but this is actually Summer Splash, which again, it's not the Shy Shamrock, but it does coordinate beautifully with all the products. So again, if you don't have all the colors, don't let that intimidate you or stop you from using some of your colors. I am going to use Shy Shamrock to stamp Easter's on its way right here in the middle at the bottom. So cute. That's the only stamping on this one we're doing. Okay. And so it kind of bends. You can see the paper, it kind of bends, right? Before we put it together, we're going to go ahead and put our designer paper. This one's going to fit right on the top. You just want to make sure you get plenty of adhesive. You have some on your finger, you just rub it. Now there's some extra right down there, but you can use your finger and pick it up. And it kind of turns into a dirty glue dot. All right, so then we got all these cute little pieces right here, okay? And so we've got, because we stamped on that one, we just need one piece here, which that measurement is 2.5 by 3/4. And then the two sides, that measurement is 3 3/4 by 3/4. And that's these pieces right here. Super cute, right? I'm gonna add our little adhesive. And then add this one as well on the side. Let me just double check something here. Ooh, I did that one correctly. Yay. For a minute, I thought that I did it upside down. Just have to double check. You can put this on after you put the box together and glued it, but sometimes it's easier if you just do it beforehand. All right, there we go. Now we're going to put adhesive only on the tabs. I'm going to fold it in. And then we're going to pinch it. Fold this one in and pinch it in place. This one I should have done, but you can still maneuver it to get that adhesive on there. Tear and tape, of course. Liquid glue works perfect. I love Stampin' Seal. Pinch it. There is our fun box. Put your cute little treat, little Easter egg in there. Now we're going to build up our cute design with the bow and all. And I would color this, but I just try to keep my videos about an hour if I can. So I think we'll just go with some of the product we've already got. I think I changed it up anyway. We have a little gold egg behind that one. We've got our two little dudes here. Oh, and we are going to color this guy. We're going to color him and add him as well. All right. First, let's get our design right here. And we're using the glue dots. So cute. So this one's pink. So I'm thinking maybe we'll get the pink ribbon instead of the ribbon there. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to put a dimensional for this guy. Instead of yellow, I think we might use blue to offset that. All right. Here's our cute little bow. Put that one right there. And we want to add our lots of adhesive right there so we can add our grass. And then we're going to add some more adhesive because we're going to tuck these guys on the inside. So now we're ready. To put our basket on the top. We've got our gold egg. Oh, I just realized. I'm going to add a little bit of that adhesive. Glue dot it is. And there's our egg. This one's going to go right on the top. Again, stamping Memento on Lemon Lolly. Next, got our cute little carrots. tuck those in there. And we've got our cute little bunny that we're going to color in ivory. Let's see. This one I think is about out of juice, so toss him to the side. This one has juice. I guess you could tell I use them a lot. So we're going to use that pointed end. And then the brush side. Go in circles for his face. Or her face. All right. And now we're going to come in with our dark Pretty in Pink, and we're going to put that pink in the eye or the ear. And then we're just going to push down for a little bitty pink cheek. Isn't that adorable? When you touch the paper, it like the color bleeds a little bit. Let me show you what I mean. So I touch it and you can see it expanding. So when you touch it, it's one dot, but when you hold it, then the ink comes out. So I don't know if you knew that. Super cute, right? I love these projects. Fun, fun, fun. All right. Last but not least, we're going to add our cute bunny. And part of why it's up on dimensional, so I can kind of fit him in there, or her in there, just like that. And I think I still want to go with this one. It's super cute. So basically, it's a knot. So I'm just going to make a tiny knot. Feed it through one hole, not the rabbit ears. Knot, a simple knot, just like that. And this one frayed a little bit, so I'm just going to snip it. Get rid of that fray. And that glue dot. Whoops. And there we have it. Oh, and we need some cute little... And I'm thinking instead of the yellow, I mean, we definitely want to do this little fun egg. But I'm thinking we want to do blue. Isn't that the cutest? You could do a green basket on a red or a blue box. Sky's the limit on that one. And I ended up not using those little adhesive pieces after all. I thought I was going to, but oh well, that's okay. So again, super cute and fun. Easter's on its way. Holds all the goodies. So there's our 3D, and then here's our cards that we made. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So fun. Hey, Beverly, I'm so glad you got to join us tonight. Oh, thank you so much. Lots of fun. And I've got lots more coming I'm gonna share next week how to make this box with lots of tricks and tips. The sour cream box, some more cards, fun folds using the designer paper, and all the things. And it coordinates with the paper pumpkin for February. So you have till Tuesday if y'all are interested in signing up for the paper pumpkin. So I'll post some more about that later. But hopefully you guys will get your crafts out and be inspired to create some fun Easter. These are really, really, really cute. Super cute. Really fun for kiddos. If you've got grandkids, if you're a teacher, if your neighbor has kids. I mean, these are perfect for those cute little guys and gals. So thank you again for joining me. We'll see you next week for some more Easter fun. And hopefully I will have time to play with the new Stamparatus, or not Stamparatus, but the new, that was the old one, the new stamping positioner, which when you join Stampin' Up! This month, you get for free at $49 value. Super awesome. Thanks, Barbara. Aw, using the same word again. Uh-oh, what word did I use? I can't remember. Anyway, this was fun. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and you guys are going to enjoy some more fun next week and the weeks to come, because I don't know about you, but I'm ready for spring. We have a false spring this next week in weather, so I'm excited about that. So we'll see you next week. Happy stamping.